What's up, YouTube? What's up, family? Thank you for visiting my channel. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Again, my channel is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional, so take my my opinion with a grain of salt. Anyhow, moving forward, AMC GME, todo corazón a la luna, holding all the way, diamond hands, baby, all the way to the moon. Wanted to bring a little DD that I'm not sure if there are a lot of people that are talking about it, but this is very important to me and I wanted to share it with the world. And it's regarding hedge fund vehicles and how they're structured, why they exist, and what the purpose of these vehicles are. So anyone that owns a business in the United States, anyone that is employed in the United States already knows that Uncle Sam, which is the federal IRS, has their hand in our pocket. We have state taxes, we have city taxes, we have federal taxes. There's taxes everywhere. You work, you pay taxes. You buy things, you pay taxes. Everything, there's taxes. The major news outlet reporters scare retail investors by predicting the IRS doomsday and capital gains taxes. But what they are not saying, and the news that they're not giving, are how hedge funds are structured throughout the world to not pay taxes. Now, again, AMC and GME, fake synthetic shares. The interest rate on the shares that are being borrowed. Let's take this a little further. Let's talk about a private equity firm. Let's talk about a bulge bracket hedge fund or an underwriter syndicate or a lead underwriter syndicate. So, or sub-institutional hedge funds. I just mentioned 5 different hedge fund vehicles that exist. That doesn't even mention a master feeder hedge fund and how these master feeders work as a master feeder corporation and many LLCs that work under the master feeder. No one's mentioned the Delaware onshore U.S. tax haven. So everybody is focused on the company that starts with a C or the company that starts with an M, which is, everybody knows Citadel and everybody knows Melvin. And a lot of people are asking questions as to if there's a lot of shares that are shorted. Who are these people? And I hear a lot of great YouTubers speaking about the OCC, the DTC, the SEC. In my personal opinion, the way these hedge funds are structured are to avoid any kind of regulation that the SEC has in place, because they've set up their businesses this way on purpose to avoid taxation, on purpose to avoid SEC regulation, on purpose to keep a low profile from SEC. And although they do have to report to FINRA only fines these people for for what they report that's wrong. So let's do an overview on what a classic structure of a fund, the kind of vehicles that they use, which is a master feeder that has LLCs that work underneath them. A normal day example would be Uber. Uber would be the hedge fund, and all of the little cars that work for Uber would be LLCs that are hedging stocks in the stock market. And they all report back to the master fund. And this way, these little LLCs avoid SEC regulation, DTC regulation, OCC regulation. Although the rules are being implemented, in my personal opinion, I do feel that the hedge funds, the LLCs know this. Now this gets even, if you dig into it, it even gets more technical. So why do these vehicles exist? They exist for specific kind of investors, specific kind of markets, specific kind of market classes, for specific current and future developments. So a corporation is defaulting mandatory opacity, meaning a master fund can be set up in a way to avoid heavy taxation and hide a lot of equity that's being routed to them by their LLCs. Now, they do have onshore Delaware companies that are registered in Delaware, offshore Cayman Islands, Singapore, hedge funds. So it gets even more technical than that. The normal, honest person, the everyday Joe, we're afraid of the IRS. We don't want to have any problems with them. We'll rather just pay our taxes. We'll pay more taxes just to get a nice tax refund at the end of the year, because most people are accustomed to that. They look forward to getting a tax refund. But the hedge funds, they avoid taxes. They do anything and everything in their power to avoid taxation. Now, U.S. tax transparency vehicle is taxed as an individual. Okay. Now, U.S. tax exempts. This is the big one. This is where it gets good. U.S. taxed exempt entities in the United States are pension plans, private and public pension plans, university endowment funds. These people use hedge funds to invest their money. These people write significant checks in significant amounts to these hedge funds. Pension plans, private and public pension plans, university endowment funds. So what is a university endowment fund? A university endowment fund is composed of money and other financial assets that are donated to academic institution, charitable donations as a primary source or funds for endowments. Endowment funds support teaching, research, and public mission in colleges and universities. These people are using hedge funds to invest their money. Are these hedge funds using this money to short the market? Now, a lot of these hedge funds tie investors in for 4 or 5 or 10 years while they short and play with this kind of money in the stock market. So when GME and AMC squeeze, I really don't think it's only going to be Citadel and Melvin Capital that may get affected. I think a lot of people in the G20 summit, the G20 worldwide meeting that they had, already spoke probably about the big mess that these shorts are in, because it could be a worldwide issue. Again, the financial structure for hedge funds to avoid taxation, the vehicles, a sub-institutional hedge fund, a private equity firm, a bulge bracket hedge fund, an underwriter syndicate, a lead underwriter syndicate. So while TV and public television is sending the wrong message about Reddit, about the retail investor, the real crime and the real crooks are people that structure their businesses to intentionally avoid taxation while manipulating the stock market and hiding from SEC regulation. If you look at the notes here, offshore fund. An offshore fund is generally a collective investment scheme domiciled in an offshore jurisdiction. Like the term offshore company, the term is more descriptive than definitive. So, if somebody opens a coffee shop, they're going to pay taxes. If somebody opens a repair shop, they're going to pay taxes. If somebody opens up a hair salon, they're going to pay taxes. Everybody pays taxes. Churches do not pay taxes. Hedge funds, for whatever reason and how they're structured, most of the time avoid taxation. They use different avenues to avoid taxation. Read to you. Cayman Islands, Delaware. Why Delaware in the United States? Why are a lot of companies registered in Delaware? Well, that's a different subject, but everybody should know that Delaware is a place where U.S. companies register their businesses because they pay less taxes there. That's besides the point. Going back to hedge funds, Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, Bermuda, Luxembourg, Ireland, Malta. There are a lot of places that have offshore accounts with LLCs that work within the United States that route their money that way, that play different kind of indexes. So that's why SEC, although they have a lot of rules in place, in my personal opinion, I think, is the reason they haven't been really able to stop the corruption, because these hedge funds are sneaky. Not only are they manipulating the stock market, they're not paying taxes, and they're using regular people like me and everyone else through avenues that are called Robin Hood to steal the hard workers' money. So, again, most developed offshore jurisdictions provide a broadly similar regulatory regime in relation to funds formed in their country. So I really do hope a lot of the Gorilla Ape family, I hope somebody really pays attention to my video and does a little bit more research on the way these hedge funds are structured, because it gets deeper than just the shorts and waiting for the 05s and the 03s and the 801 rules to be implementing. This is really big. Now they have the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Researchers estimated in 2015 that profit shifting by multinational companies developing countries around the US was $213 billion in the year 2015. So, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe and I have faith and conviction in GME and AMC. But I think that when these stocks squeeze, we're going to see a lot of things that are not. None of this is our fault. It's very sad that these hedge funds and that these LLCs are structured this way to manipulate the market in the way it's been worked for so many years. We live in a great country. Again, I have nothing but the best to say about the United States of America. I'm glad I'm an American. I'm glad I was born in the United States, and I have a lot of faith in the very good people within our Congress and our U.S. government, that they're going to do whatever they have to fix these issues and keep the U.S. economy strong. Thank you. AMC GME a la luna.